All right, the next skill we're going to cover is just evaluating an expression. So if we have an expression here like 3x squared minus x plus 4, and we want to evaluate it for x equals 1, all we need to do is just replace the x with a 1. All right, so this becomes 3 times 1 squared minus 1 plus 4. Now notice I put parentheses around the input to this expression. All right, you can think of that x as being a receptor for the input, and we have to evaluate that whole input. All right, now in this case it doesn't really matter because we're just going to get, we have 1 squared. I'm just going to square 1, which is 1 times 3, which is 3, and then minus 1 plus 4, and we can just evaluate that just by taking, we get 3 minus 1 is 2 plus 4 is 6. So the value of this expression when x is equal to 1 is just 6. All right, now let's take a look at this next one, and you'll maybe hopefully see why it's important to put parentheses around the input to the expression. All right, so we have 3 times a negative 2 squared minus a negative 2 plus 4. All right, now you need to put parentheses around the this negative 2, because with this we need to take negative 2 times negative 2. That's what x, this is 3 times x, right? That first term is 3x squared, so that means 3 times x, right? So when we put negative 2 in for x, right, we need to take negative 2 times negative 2. All right, so negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, and then 3 times 4 is 12, right? And then we have minus a negative 2, which becomes a positive 2, and then plus a 4. So add that all together and we get 18. All right. So, the reason I'm emphasizing this is I see one common mistake that people will do if you type that into your calculator. If you wanted to use your calculator to evaluate this, people would type in 3 times negative 2 squared, and then that's going to give you the wrong number, right? Because this, if you type this into your calculator this way, it thinks you just want to square the 2, not including the negative. So you'll get the wrong answer. All right, so just be careful. Put parentheses around the negative 2 so that you're taking negative 2 times negative 2, which becomes a positive 2. If you tried to do this in your calculator, you would end up with a negative 12, which would be wrong, right? Because it thinks you only want to square the 2 and not the negative. You need parentheses, and then you'll get 12. All right, in this next one, we've got x is equal to a negative 2/3. So again, I'm just going to plug that in for x, right, and put parentheses around it. And so we got minus a negative 2/3, and then plus 4. All right, and that's supposed to be a minus. All right, so now I'm going to square negative 2/3. So that's negative 2/3 times negative 2/3, which is a positive 4/9. So we have 3 times 4/9, and then minus a minus 2 becomes a positive 2/3. All right, but I know I've already got a 9 here in this denominator, so I'm going to change this to ninths, right? So I can make this into plus 6/9, right? 6/9 is the same as 2/3, right? And then again, I need ninths, so I'm going to take this 4 and I'm going to turn it into 36 ninths, okay? Because I know that when I add all this together, I'm going to need a common denominator. All right, so 3 times 4/9 gives me 12 ninths. So 12 ninths plus 6 ninths, that's 18 ninths plus 36 ninths, ends up being 54 ninths. All right, and I can actually reduce that because I know 54 is divisible by 9, so the final answer is a 6. All right. All right, last one. Here we have a radical. We're going to put a radical into this equation. All right, so we have the square root of 2. But again, I'm just going to replace x with the square root of 2. right? And then I have a minus a square root of 2, and then a plus 4. All right, so let's evaluate that. When I square the square root here, I just get 2. All right, so then I get just 3 times 2, which is 6, and then minus the square root of 2 plus a 4. All right, now I can combine like terms, right? I have these two constant terms. Now the square root of 2, I can't really do anything with that. I could turn it into a decimal if I want to, but then I would get an approximation and not the exact answer. So if you want the exact answer, I'm going to take the 6 plus the 4 and combine that into 10, and then I have minus square root of 2. That's what I would consider to be the exact answer. Now, if you want to, you can put it in your calculator and you'd get like 11.41 or something like that. No, you wouldn't. You get you have to subtract the square root of 2, which is about 1.41, and so you're going to get something like 8.59 or something like that. But this is fine. This is what I would consider the exact answer. So you'll find in Wiley sometimes when they ask for exact answers, and that you can just leave it in radical form. All right, so there's a few more problems for you to practice with down below, and I'll see you for the next video.